Okay, well, hi everybody. Today we're getting together to talk about the paper quilling honor. I'm happy that you guys were able to join and ready to work. And it's gonna give maybe a minute or two to see if someone else is going to join us today. And then we're gonna go ahead and start. So if you wanna say good morning, you can do it at this moment. So you can unmute yourself and hi. Oh, you're gonna be able to see two cameras. If you see this one, is where we're going to be showing the materials and what to do. And here probably gonna be using my screen. So let's see if it works. All right, this is 10:02. It's gonna remove participants. Okay, so let's gonna start. It's 10:02. This honor is going to take pretty much a good time. We are going to be doing first the roles and the scrolls. We're gonna talk a little bit about what is paper quilling. You guys are going to be able to take notes if you want. It's not necessary at this moment. What is necessary is for you to be able to do the work with the paper. And if you didn't have the materials or you didn't receive the information by email, then we're going to give you 1 week so you can submit the rest of the requirements. And the reason is because we were planning to have the class completed today during the class, but some of the church members told me that they didn't receive the printouts. So we're gonna give you 1 week. If you need anything, if you need the templates, let me know in the chat room, and then we're gonna be able to send it to your email. Now, before we continue, remember that you need to put your name, the church where you congregate, or the name of the club, because we need to have that information to be able to send at the end the information to the conference so your directors can order the patches, okay? Now, again, we are going to give 1 week to submit or to turn in the paper of the scrolls, the rolls, and also the templates, okay? Let's gonna pray before we continue so we can start this meeting. So close your eyes wherever you are, and let's gonna pray. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you, dear Lord, for this beautiful day that you gave us. Thank you because you gave us 1 more day to live. Thank you because at this moment we can be together as a Pathfinders, as your sons or daughters, and we want to learn something new, dear Lord, to help. Please help us to use this new skill that we are going to learn to show others your love. And I know that this is going to be a good tool for us to use to show others your love and our love as well. Thank you for everything that you have done for us, and please forgive our sins. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. So you're gonna see 2 cameras, I think. I'm not able to see right now what you can see, guys, but you're gonna see this one, which is my hands. Can you see my hands?
No.
You cannot see my hands? It's gonna be like a little screen.
I can see it.
Yeah, we can see your hand.
You can see it? Okay. It's going to be another screen, so I'm gonna be moving this around to see, so you guys can see it, what we're gonna be doing. And you're also gonna be able to see the other screen, the main one, okay? So probably you guys gonna be switching from one to the other. All right, so let's start with this one. And remember, put your name, the church where you belong, or the club name. We're gonna be able to send you. If you didn't receive the materials, the templates, or the the templates that you're gonna be using, then let me know. Send me your email and I can forward it to you guys. At the end of the honor, this is what we're gonna be doing. This is one of the templates that I sent to you guys. We're gonna be filling in this section here, and everything is circles. So we are going to be doing this one. It's very simple, but it takes time. And at the end, we're also gonna do this one. This is the floral one. It's very simple. You're only gonna be doing the sections here. You're gonna be completing that part. It's not difficult, it's not complicated. I chose this one because I thought that it will be really fast to do. But since you guys have 1 week, you're gonna be able to take time. And if you want to add more flowers to this one, it's fine. I'm okay with it. Now the third one that I sent to you guys was a flower one. Look at this is what you guys are going to be doing at the end. If you want to have something nice for mom and you want to say Happy Mother's Day, this is something that you can use. You can actually start working since today, starting today, and then you can make it and send and give it to mom on Mother's Day. It took me probably, since I was learning some of the scrolls, it took me time. So probably it's going to take for you probably, I would say 5 hours to complete this one. Okay, if you don't take breaks. If you take breaks, it's going to be 5 hours. If you don't take breaks, it's going to be shorter. Okay, all right. So let's gonna share my screen and you guys can see the presentation. Okay. Okay. So paper quilling, and you guys are going to be able to see. If you have questions throughout the presentation, let me know. Okay. I'm not sure if I am recording this.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay. So the first part is for the honor is, what was paper quilling called when the craft first began? So it has different names, and the two special ones that I found was paper rolling or paper filigree. If you type in Google either paper rolling or paper filigree, you're gonna find the same pictures as a paper quilling. This is pretty much pictures of decorations that people had done. This is a beautiful decoration that someone, I don't have the name of the person who did it, but this was years ago. And this is with small paper, with the millimeters were kind of tight, smaller, probably 2 or 3 millimeters. But this is some of the decorations that people had done. And so the original name was called paper rolling or paper filigree. Okay. Now the number 2, know the history of quilling. Okay. So during the this is a hard word for me to pronounce, believe me. Renaissance.
Yeah.
Renaissance, thank you so much. So during the Renaissance, French and Italians, nuns and monks used quilling to decorate bookstores and religious items. So they were using this technique to decorate the books and to decorate probably any special item that they had. If you see in the previous one, this is kind of one of the beautiful items that they made. And basically the most common use was the strips of paper streamed from the gilded edges of the books. So once they were making the books, they were just cutting the paper, and they were having this strips of the edges of the books. So they were using that paper to actually create the designs. So these gilded papers, the strips were then rolled to create quill shapes. Quilling often imitated the original ironwork of the day. Now, in the 18th century, it was something that it was called ladies of the leisure. And I was trying to Google about ladies of leisure, and it was pretty much what I found out. What I found about it, it was this ladies that they were rich and they didn't have much to do, but they organized a group and they started quelling. So that's why it's called ladies of leisure, because they didn't have nothing else to do. But in reality, it's because they have more time, because they were from, they have a lot of money, so they didn't have to do many things at home. Now, quilling also spread to the Americans, and there are a few examples for colonial times. Many of pieces have been preserved from this time, are found religious plaques and artwork. Now, today, quilling is seeing resurgence in popularity, and the craft has become increasingly popular due to the low cost of materials, paper, and that is required to make the shapes. Nowadays, you can find this in different stores. You can even have magazines at home and cut, the stripes. You can use any type of paper as long as it's something that you can, scroll or roll, and any type of color. Now, you can use it to decorate different invitations, like wedding invitations. You can also use it to send births announcements, greeting cards, scrapbooks, pages, and boxes. Now, you can use it for whatever you want. And something good that you can do is you can create, let's say, for example, a greeting card, or something to say thank you for coming to our church, for example, and you can decorate it with a flower. That is something beautiful that you can actually use. You can also use it for a special occasion. Once you had your Pathfinders ceremony, you can make those thank you cards. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us today in our Pathfinder Day. And you can do your quilling, your invitation or your thank you cards for that specific day. So you can use it for whatever you want. You can say Happy Mother's Day. You can say thank you for being with us. Thank you for loving us. Whatever use you want to do it. So I'm gonna show you some pictures about the quilling that it was back in the history. And if you see, they were using kind of gold, beautiful, style, and all the shapes that we see here, every single shape, we are going to kind of, or the majority of the shapes, I would say 80% of the shapes that we see here, we're going to learn it today. And you're going to be able to create beautiful stuff. Any questions so far? No? Okay. Now, what are the materials that we're going to be using, or what are the materials and tools that is using quilling? Now we have the quilling ones. You can make your own if you're creative and you see, if you say, oh yes, I will be able to create one or to make one. These are the ones that I found online. If you wanna see, can you see it in the other camera? It has different sizes, I would say, but all of them are for the same. This one is the only one that it doesn't have. It's just like a pointy, like a needle. But this one is going to also to help you to roll or scroll to roll the paper. These ones have a little bit of opening in the middle where you're going to be able to insert the paper, and it's going to be able to help you to create the scroll. This one as well. This one has a bigger, kind of bigger opening for probably more stripes if you want to use more than one. Okay, so those are different sizes. You can have only one, or you can make it with your own hands. You don't have to have one of these tools. To be honest, I try to make myself I was trying to make myself the scrolls and the rolls, and I was able to do it without the tool, without any of those tools. But if you have it at home, this is a good, it's going to minimize and it's going to help you with, to create those things. Now, there's another one, and I didn't, to be honest, I didn't put the batteries on it. There's another one, is this tool. This one is pretty much the same. It's only automatic, I would say. You just press this one and the motor inside is going to start rolling the paper. So I didn't put the batteries because I was not expecting to use this one today. But then it's easy. You can just unassemble this one and open it. And you're going to be able to put the batteries in there. You see? So it's really good, especially if you have any issues with your hands, you have arthritis or you have your hands hurt. This is a really good tool to use to minimize any pain in your hands. If you want to use it for, I mean, if you want to do it for your ministry, to make your own ministry about that. This is another tool. Let me see if I can show this to you. This is another tool that is going to also help you to create the scrolls. And let me show you how. You insert this one. There's a little hole in the middle, and you put it there, and then you're going to be able to kind of rotate this one to create the scroll, and it's going to be, and it's going to stay in place. Now, this is different materials that you don't need for today, but I'm just going to show you what people uses. Now, there's also use glue. I use this kind, it's school glue. Now, what happened is this school glue is kind of, I would say too thick. So I mix it with water and I created this one. So I am able to use it a little bit. It's not that thick. Okay, now you're gonna need glue. You're also gonna need a ruler. There's different types, whatever ruler you have at home. I ended up buying this one. It has the circles, and this helped me to create the size, or to know which size I want to use. This is something that you definitely you don't need to buy, but if you're planning to have this as your ministry, I would recommend you to get one of these ones. And actually, the quilling kit, you can buy it in Amazon. I was able to get one, and it comes with this box, and it comes with a lot of materials inside. But I wanted to do it. I wanted to buy it because I want to start making these cards and send it to people to say thank you. So this is a nice tool. So you can use any ruler that you have at home, or any specific ruler for quilling. Pins and cardboard. The pins, it could be this type, and you can use them to hold the paper in place, because sometimes you're going to be, especially in shapes like this one. This one is something that is more difficult to keep it in place, this type of scrolls. So what we do is we use the pins to kind of help us to put it in the place that we want it to go. And then it's going to hold it for a little bit until the glue dries, and it's going to stay there. This one come out, but it's fine. You see? So basically, you're going to be using the pins for that. Probably you're not going to use them today, but you're going to be using it for the flower one if you want to make the flower arrangement for mom. Okay, that's pretty much the basic tools. The quilling one, the paper strips. Oh, paper strips. Paper strips, you can cut the paper on your own. You can, it depends how big you want the design to pop. This is kind of 3D. This is 5 millimeters. This size. Let me see if I can show it to you guys here. You see? It's kind of 5 millimeters. This is the size that I asked you in the requirements, because it's kind of normal size, or you can make it smaller, or you can make it bigger. If you make it bigger, it's going to be, the 3D is going to be actually bigger, okay? Now, there's other tools and paper quilling. I'm gonna show it to you really quick. These ones are used to create shapes. And you can create a triangle, or you can create a square, or you can create a circle. You see, those are the different tools that you can find that help you to create different shapes. You're also gonna find in videos this other tool that is more fancy. This is if we want to do a specific designs or flowers, and it comes with this little pins here. These little pins, and what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna be putting it in this part, and you're gonna create whatever design you want to create, okay? Now, again, you don't have to buy this, but if you want to create more designs, you're welcome to do it. You're also gonna find this tool. This is another beautiful tool that we can use to create designs. It comes with also this section here. This one helps you to kind of put all the strips together and kind of glue them on the top. It's really nice. And this section here also help you to create beautiful designs. All right. Now you're also going to be needing a scissors. I had these ones, but you can also use, cut it with your fingers. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I ask you for cardboard. The cardboard is for you to make this one, because you want to, I send you the template, but you need the cardboard to be able to glue it on top so it doesn't bend, and you can make a beautiful decoration for your mom. Okay, any questions so far? No? Okay, so now the next step will be the number 4, and this is the part where I want everybody to kind of pay attention, because you guys would like to be doing this at the same time that we're doing the honor. You want to have this one done today during the class. We're going to talk about the scrolls and the rolls, okay? How to make a tight circle. So it said roll a strip of paper on quilling. Oh, I didn't show you the paper, isn't it? I have it hidden here. This is the paper that I found online, and it's basically, it comes with different colors. This is 5 millimeters, and if you see, it has different colors, different shape of colors. I also have different colors as well. There's 5 millimeters, 3 millimeters. I found also bigger ones. Let me show you. The bigger one. The size is a little bigger. This is going to pop your decoration in a bit. And this one, when it's bigger, you can use it to fill in your decoration of your cars, to use the fill in. And the small ones, you can use it to just use it for the rolls. Okay, so this is the paper that I found. And to be honest, one of these ones was about $10. And not only one, but it was maybe, I think it was 8. I don't remember, but I found them online. And it was kind of a good deal. All right, so let's gonna start with this scrolls. I'm gonna have my tool in hand. I'm gonna use my paper, and I want you guys to be doing this because you guys are going to be actually, you need this one as a requirement. So you're gonna be able to do it at the same time. Okay, if you don't have the materials, well, you can see, you can watch it, and you can submit the requirements after. All right, let me see if I can fix my camera a little bit. Okay, now what you're gonna be doing, this one has a little opening here, okay? You're gonna insert the paper in that little opening, and you're gonna start rolling. You see? You're gonna hold it, and you're gonna hold it tight, and you're gonna keep rolling. Now, if you don't have this tool,
Wait, what do we do again?
okay. If you don't have this one, if you don't have this tool, you can do it with your hands. Let me show you. You just kind of start scrolling and make it a little tiny, and it has to be really tight. You have the tool, you're gonna use it, you're gonna put it inside, because this one has a little opening. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it. Let me see. I don't think. It has a little tiny opening, like a needle. So you go inside. And this is the basic one. And you're gonna start like holding it, and you're gonna start scrolling and rolling the paper. You see? And you're gonna kind of wanna keep it in the same place, because it can kind of change the shape a little bit. And you're gonna keep doing it, and you're gonna keep it tight, okay? Right now it's kind of a different shape, so I wanna just put it together. And I keep doing this, or you can just go faster. Just keep it on the place until everything is in place. Now, if you let it go, look at what is going to happen. So you have to keep holding. Now, it's easy to fix, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna kind of try to hold it with your other finger or with your hands to make it tight. You see?
Nuri,
Yeah.
what happens if he breaks the paper?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, during the class, you're gonna have to use different sizes. Usually comes this size. The ones that I got is let me see, 21 centimeters. So it's like 10 inches. I think so. But then I'm gonna be using maybe a smaller size. So it doesn't matter. So try to keep it tight. Try to keep it tight as possible. And once you're almost at the end, give me 1 second. I'm doing it by hands. You see, I'm not using any tools. I'm just keeping it tight. And this is, if you learn how to use this one, in the next one, you guys are going to be able to master this quilling. Okay, so you see, I had this little part, and this part is when you're gonna go ahead and glue, because you want to keep it together, isn't it? You don't want it to open. So I have my glue here, and I want to kind of put a little glue, not too much, a little glue. Okay, if you want to distribute it, and then you're gonna glue it together and hold it for a little bit, because it's going to take a few seconds to glue. And this is your tight circle.
I have a quick question.
Go ahead.
Do I have to take it out of the tool, out of the wand to glue it? Or
You don't have to. You can take it out of the one tool once you're done. Yeah, once you're done. That tool gonna help you to kind of make it tighter. Yeah. So you have it here. This is the first one. So keep it. I ask you guys to have a piece of paper. So what you're gonna do is you're going to glue this to your piece of paper. That's what I forgot to bring. Okay, let me see if I have one here. So you guys are going to be gluing this together. You're gonna put the name. Let's say, for example, this is tight circle. You're gonna put the name and you're gonna go ahead. You can put a little bit of glue and then put it on top. Okay? And put the name, tight circle. You got it?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Now we are going to use another color
Tight circle.
and you can use whatever you guys have at home. Now the next one that we're gonna be doing is the loose circle. So it's pretty much the same technique. The only difference in this case is that you're going to, instead of being like this one, tight, you guys are going to kind of make it loose. So it's the same. You have to roll a strip of paper in quilling. Now release and allow the coil to expand. Leave as for open coil, and you can use you can use something like this to kind of have the size that you want, or you can just by eyeballing you can see whatever shape whatever size you want. Okay, now it's going to be the same technique. The loose circle is pretty much the same again. So you put it in, you put your tool, the one tool, and you're gonna start rolling. This time, try not to make it that tight, okay? You're gonna keep scrolling to make to get all the paper that you have. If you wanna go faster, that is fine. If you wanna go slow, it's fine. Now, at this point, you can release the wand tool. You can put it aside. If you want to use your tool, you can put it, let's say for example, I want this size. I just put it there and let it open. And you see what happened? It come out of the size. So I had to get it again because I wanted that size. And I'm gonna just pull to make it a little smaller. And I'm gonna put it inside again. This is still too big. Now, if you don't have this one, that is fine again. It doesn't matter. You can use whatever you want. You see? Now, let's say, for example, this is the size that I want. So I'm gonna take it out, hold it. Again, you're going to glue this part, a little bit of glue. Don't put too much because you don't want the glue to ruin your project or to have your hands full of glue. And you're going to hold the tie a little bit. Don't make pressure, or let me see, you can see it better. Just hold it a little bit until the glue dries.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
If for the loose circle, would we just start it off like we were doing a tight circle and then just let it go?
Correct. Yes. Yes. It's the same technique. You're only gonna kind of let it go a little bit, the size, and you're gonna choose the size that you want. You're gonna kind of decide if you want it this size, or you want it bigger, or you want it smaller, or you want less paper. It depends on whatever size you want.
Thank you.
Sure. Now we're gonna do the same. Since you already did this one, you're gonna add a little bit of glue to your paper and just a little bit, and you're gonna put it on top, and you're gonna name it loose circle. And it's going to take time for this to for the glue to dry. So just gonna give it some minutes, and it's going to be fine. All right.
Is this part of the requirement so we could show you how we know it?
Yes, this is part of the requirements. At the end of the, you're gonna be able to show me that you did this, because it's I'm sorry, the portion of this part of the honor said no and be able to correctly make each of the following. So it's going to be a lot of scrolls and rolls, and we had to be able to show them. So you had to be able to show me that you actually did it. Okay. Now this is the loose circle. Now the next one will be teardrop. It's going to be pretty much the same technique. We're gonna roll a closed coil or a loose coil, and then we're gonna pinch one of the sides of the coil to a point, like the same way that you see in the picture. Okay. I'm gonna try to use a different color this time so you guys can see the difference. Same. We're going to roll a closed coil, and then we're gonna pinch one of the sides to create the to make it to a point. So again, I'm gonna use my wand tool, and I wanna start rolling. If I want, I can just put my finger here, like this, so I can keep in this shape. You have any questions?
Where do we pinch it?
I'm sorry. Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you pinch it. The idea is to create a the idea is to create a teardrop, like an illusion of a teardrop. And I did something wrong here, you see? I let it go, then I had to start all over again. But the good thing is that's easy to fix. You can just go back and start rolling again. Okay, this is to tie. I'm gonna let go my tool. So I'm gonna open it. You see, it's gonna change in size. Again, we are going to glue the end. You're gonna hold it until it dries. And at this point, you have this one. Now, to make the teardrop shape, what you have to do, it doesn't matter which side you pinch. You're gonna hold it like this. And you're gonna pinch it a little bit, you see? You're gonna pinch it a little bit here in one corner. And you cannot, you wanna give it a little, like make pressure, and so you can kind of give it the shape. Can you guys see it? Okay. Now the same that we're doing with the other one, we're going to glue it in our white paper, okay? And this is called teardrop. Is everybody okay? I'm going too fast, I'm going too slow.
It's good.
Thank you. Okay. It's gonna hope that it doesn't fall. You see? It's the same concept. It's the same concept as the previous one. A loose coil. It's the same as this one. Loose circle, loose coil. It's the same. It's the same concept. The only difference that we are going to pinch one of the sides. Okay. You guys got it? All right. Now the next one will be shaped teardrop. We are going to do the same teardrop that we did with this one. The only difference is we're gonna try to shape it in a different way, like kind of give it a curve, a nice curve to the side. So it's going to be more fancy, I will say. So let me choose a different color. And we're gonna start again, put in our one tool here. And you're gonna start rolling, 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 rolling. Once you have it completed, you let it go a little bit to make it loose. Once you have it loose, you're gonna kind of blending with my shirt. You're gonna glue the end. And then once you have it, once you put the glue, you're gonna hold it a little bit. For now, I just have it like this. And it's gonna give it a couple of seconds because we want the glue to dry. And we're going to go ahead and again, pinch. And instead of going straight, we're gonna try to bend a little bit. Just create a little dent. And you see, this is getting, it's kind of different shape now, you see? Instead of being straight like this one, it's a little bit shaped. If you wanna make it more, you can like bend a little bit more. And it's going to have a different shape. So this is the shaped teardrop. Now, if you see, like, for example, in my case, I had a little bit of extra paper. So you can go ahead and get your scissors. Just gonna cut it and just leave it like that if you want. That's it. But okay. This is your shaped teardrop. And this is nice to use for, let's say, for example, that you want to make flowers and you want to make the leaf flowers. Those are beautiful for that as well. Okay, so go ahead and glue it in your white card, on your cardboard, or in your white piece of paper, and just put it.
You would love this.
Okay, now this is the fourth shape. Now we're gonna go for the next one, which is marquise. It's the same concept. We are going to roll a closed coil. We're gonna leave it loose. We're gonna glue one of the ends, and then we're gonna pinch. Instead of pinching one side, we're going to pinch both sides. So it's going to be, we're going to use our both fingers to kind of pinch to the sides, and we're gonna create that marquise or eye illusion. Okay, let me get this one. Okay, how's everybody doing?
Good.
Nice. Okay, we're gonna start. Go ahead.
I messed up on the last one, so I'm working on both right now.
Okay, I can give you a couple of minutes so you can finish. You're making the shape teardrop?
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. So let me know when you're done so we can move forward. I want everybody to know how to make them. And if I'm going too fast, please let me know, because sometimes I tend to speed up, and I don't want you guys to get it.
You think I can ask Jeanette if maybe she wants a little thing? She has 2 cats.
I'm sorry?
So we're gonna throw it away, no?
No, we're not gonna throw it away. I asked for already. Oíste lo de Becky, ¿no?
Yeah.
Mm.
You
see.
know.
Can you please mute yourselves? Thank you.
No, not the shaped one. I already did the shaped teardrop.
I don't know if Jose or Rosie can mute everybody, please.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Now, this is the one that we did, the shade. Again, we have completed 4. This is the tie scroll, loose scroll or loose circle, teardrop, and shaped teardrop. Okay. Now we're going to continue with the marquise. So what
are we learning today?
It's going to be about 12 rolls and about 12 scrolls.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Sure. All right. So we are going to be here. We're going to be pretty much kind of 2 hours today. It takes time. Okay. So for the marquise again, we're gonna roll a cross coil, and you're gonna keep rolling until you have all the paper together. Once you finish with rolling the paper, you're gonna take your wand tool out and you're gonna release so it can be bigger. Okay. Now, once I have the size that I want to have, I'm just gonna glue the end. So it can stay in place. Just gonna glue the end. Okay. Now remember, in this case, instead of pinching one side, we're going to pinch both sides. I'm just gonna wait a little bit until it dries. Maybe I'm gonna choose another color of paper because this is blending with my shirt, I guess. Okay, now I have it ready. What you're gonna do is you're gonna get both sides and slowly go pinching down until you get the shape. You got it? I have a little extra paper. I can just glue it back here, or I can just go ahead and remove it, cut it with my scissors or with my hands. Okay. If you want to make it a little bit more, you know, more the design better, you can just pinch more. And here it is. This is the marquise. It's kind of, it looks like an eye. All right. Now you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna glue it to your cardboard or to your paper, whatever you guys have. This is the other shape. So we have so far 5. Any questions so far? No? Okay, perfect. Now let me switch colors because I think this blue is blending with my shirt and I want you guys to see. Get a maybe yellow. Maybe this one. Oh, I have this beautiful yellow. Okay. All right. So I switch colors to see if you guys are going to be able to see these ones. Okay, the next one will be a marquise, but it's going to be shaped. And instead of, remember, you're gonna kind of pinch both of the sides of the coil to a point, and then you're gonna bend points slightly in opposite directions. So the same that we did with the teardrop, this one, we're going to do it with the marquise, but it's going to be in opposite directions. Okay, so let me show you. You had your tool. You're gonna use your wand tool if you want, and then you're gonna start scrolling.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
On the marquee, do you have to pinch it at the same time, both sides, opposite sides?
Yes, you have to. Yeah, at the same time is better because if you want to do it just one side first and then the other side is also okay. But you know, to have kind of the same shape, it's better to have both at the same time. Otherwise, it's going to turn into a shade marquise probably.
Okay, thanks.
But it's you can do one at a time. Okay, so we are kind of rolling the paper. I'm gonna let it open a little bit, like make a loose circle. Once we have it there, we're gonna glue the end. And this kind of container is pretty nice because it has a like a little needle, I would say, and it make it easier for me to put the glue. If you don't have that one, that is fine. You can just put a little bit of glue in a piece of paper and kind of glue it with your hands. Okay, now it's gonna wait a couple of seconds so this one can dry. The glue can dry. And then once it's done, we are going to shape it as a marquise. And then after that, we're going to do a shaped marquise. Okay, so I think it's kind of glue. Look at, I'm holding it with two hands. I want to start shaping to make a marquise. And then we are going to bend the points slightly to the opposite direction. So one of the hands is going to come this side, the other hand is going to come the other side. You can do one at a time. And here you go. Can you see it? Okay. Once you have it done, you can just go ahead and glue it together in the paper. Just gonna put it there. Can you see the difference? I'm gonna make it closer so you guys can see the difference between one and the other. Okay, all right. Now let's go and continue with the next one. Get another color. I'm gonna use orange this time. And the next one will be half moon. It's also called crescent or half circle. It depends. I was trying to find a the specific one for crescent, and then it showed me that it's also the half moon. So what we're gonna do with this one is we're going to roll a closed coil, same technique that we've been doing. We're gonna hold the coil in our fingers and gently press the top with thumbs until approximately 1/3 of coil and then it's indented and pinch points at the end. So it's the same, similar to, I'm sorry, it's the same as the picture. And then we're gonna pinch kind of to the sides. So it's gonna start with this one. Again, we're gonna put it together. We're gonna roll a closed coil. Okay, now I let go my tool and I'm gonna let it open so it can be loose. I'm gonna glue the end. I'm just gonna wait a few seconds so it can dry. How you guys doing? Silence is a good sign. Okay. Now again, this is this is the closed coil. It's a loose roll. Now we're gonna hold the coil with your fingers, and it said gently press the top with thumbs approximately 1/3 of coil. So right now I have it here. You can either go like this, or you can go like this, whatever way is easier for you. I'm gonna do it this way. And kind of press a little bit here. You see it? This is the half moon, crescent, half circle. It could be any of those names. Now, if you want to make it different, like more kind of curve or like a half moon, you can bend it a little bit more. And that's it. All right, so now we're gonna glue it to our cardboard here. And we're gonna put it here. I have different colors. You guys can have the same color if you want. It doesn't matter as long as you show me the name and the scrolls and the rolls is fine. Okay, perfect. It's gonna continue with the next one is the square. So this one is pretty much the same technique. We're gonna, instead of pinching 2 sides, we're gonna pinch actually four sides. So it's gonna get the paper here. Okay, I have my paper strip here. I'm gonna get my wand tool. The same, we're gonna we're gonna roll a closed coil. I'm gonna roll, 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 roll. Okay, you're gonna take your wand tool out of the way. You have this one, and you're gonna kind of let it loose a little bit so you can kind of have a bigger shape. This is a loose scroll. Now you're gonna a loose roll. I'm sorry. Now we're gonna glue the end. Okay. I'm gonna hold it so it can dry. The glue can dry. Okay, now that you have it here, remember, Now, instead of pinching one side, we're gonna do both. So we're gonna use the same technique that we used for this one, for the half moon. You're gonna use the same technique, but instead of pinching only two sides, you're gonna pinch 4. So let's go ahead. So again, you're gonna pinch 2 sides, and then we're gonna flip it over. We're gonna try to pinch ups. Hold on. You're gonna pinch 2 other sides. You can do one at a time if you want, if it's easier for you, until it gets the shape. Okay. Can you see it?
Yes.
This is your square. If you want to make it bigger, if you want to make it smaller, it's up to you. Depends on, you know, which size do you want to use for this one. And of course, in the middle is going to be kind of circles, but then after that, it's going to turn into a square. Okay. All right. The next one is called rectangle. It's the same as the square. The only difference is this, you know, where you're going to pinch. In the square with the kind of the same size, you try to have it at the same, you know, the same size, but with the rectangle, we have to create a rectangle shape. So you're gonna pinch both sides of a coil to a point similar to a marquise, and then you're gonna pinch 2 more points, approximately 1/3 between the first 2 points. Let's gonna see if we can make it. So get a piece of paper. We are going to we're gonna roll to create the your closed coil. Okay, now I remove my tool, let it open a little bit. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna glue the end. This is pretty much the same technique all over. It's just how you're going to shape the your coil, your closed coil. It depends on whatever you're making. If you need a square, if you need a a rectangle, if you need a teardrop, it depends on whatever you guys need. Okay, so this is, okay, again, we said we have to pinch both sides to a point. So it's similar to the marquise, okay? We're going to kind of shape it. And then we're gonna go like, oops, sorry. This is a marquise. Now we're gonna go and pinch the other side like a 1/3. And we're gonna kind of shape it with our hands until we get the square. I mean the rectangle, I'm sorry. It was kind of funny this side, so I can just bend a little bit. And here is my rectangle. Okay, we're gonna glue it together. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys, remember. But if you wanna kind of spend more time making it, you know, specific size, you guys can do it. That's not a problem. Okay, now we have our rectangle here. All right, we have this one. The next one, okay, so far we had 9. We still 9, 3 more to go for the rolls. Now we're gonna do the triangle shape. I use a different color this time. I use my reds. Okay, so I have this one. It's kind of pink. It's a longer, it's a bigger strip paper. If you want to make it smaller, you can cut it in half. Or you can just leave it that size. It depends how big you want it. Now we're gonna do is we're gonna, again, same technique. We're gonna roll a close coil. And in this case, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pinch both sides of a coil to a point, like a teardrop. And then we're gonna pinch 2 more points equal distance from the first point to the top curve. Okay, I had this one. I'm gonna open it to make it bigger or to, to be a little bit more loose. Since I cut the paper smaller, my coil is going to be smaller. Or it's going to be kind of smaller, my shape. Again, I'm gonna glue it. So remember, we're gonna try to make a teardrop. And then after that, we are going to pinch 2 sides, so 2 more points equal distance. So we are going to be the triangle. All right, I'm gonna hold it like this for a few seconds. The good thing is that the glue doesn't take too long to dry. Otherwise, it's gonna be here forever waiting for the glue to dry. Okay. Now we are going to make, remember the teardrop? This one. This one. Now we're gonna make similar shape. We're gonna press. And after we press that one, we need to create the triangle shape, isn't it? So we're gonna press here and press here to create the shape. And here you go. This is your triangle shape. Any questions, guys? Okay.
Are you able to send us the slides?
Say it one more time, I'm sorry.
Are you able to send the slides?
The PowerPoint? Yes. Yes, I can share the presentation with you guys. That's fine. All right, now we are going to go, the next one is the bunny ears. It's pretty much kind of the same or similar to the, remember this one? The half moon. The only difference is that we, instead of being straight, it's going to create a curve. So instead of you guys making this part here, this section here straight, you're going to make a curve. Okay, so you're gonna do the same as the, you guys are going to do the same as the as the half moon. So it's gonna get a piece of paper. Again, we're gonna scroll this. We're gonna create the a closed coil. Okay, removing my wand tool, open it, and glue the end. And we're going to use like a owl or a small pen. It depends if you want to use that, or you can push with your own fingers to create, or to, it's kind of the illusion for a bunny ear. So it's either you use your wand tool, you use a pen, or you use your own fingers. So you have it here, and you're gonna make it, you're gonna press in this section here, create an illusion. Now, but that one didn't work the way that I wanted, so I'm gonna use my fingers. I'm gonna kind of shape it a little bit.
Can you show me the orange one closer, please?
Sure. The hat one? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. This is the same one. The only difference is we are going to shape it like bunny ears. Okay. Here you go. It's kind of similar to the one that we made, the one that is in the picture. All right, I'm gonna glue it on your paper. Now, the next one is called tulip. This is a little bit more complicated. No, it's not complicated. It depends how you use your fingers to kind of create the shape. And it's going to be the same. We will say that it's going to be kind of the same technique for the triangle, but instead of being here straight, it's going to be three different points. Instead of being only two, it's going to be 3 different points. So let me get another piece of paper. Red one now. Okay, so we're gonna roll a close coil. That's what we're always gonna do. We're gonna keep rolling until we get all the paper in the circle or in the roll. Then we are going to create the close coil or the loose circle. Oops, that is fine. You see what happened to my paper? I let it go and it started opening, but that is fine. It's not a problem. If you want to make it smaller because you see that the size of your close coil is too big, you can get the other end and just pull. You see how it's make it smaller? You can let it go and it will be bigger and kind of shape it the size that you want. If you don't have the tool, you can do it with your hands as well, the same that I'm doing right now. It's pretty much okay. Okay, so it's gonna glue the end. We had to wait a couple of seconds so it can dry. All right, so remember, the first is to create the first point, okay? So we're gonna do like we're doing a teardrop. We're gonna press one side to create the shape. It's kind of making the triangle as well. We're gonna press. once we had this one, then we have to go and then shape the other side, this section here. So you can have the tulip effect or the tulip shape. You come this side, you're gonna press, you're gonna kind of pinch both sides. Okay, it's kind of similar. No, mine is bigger. I got more paper. I can even make it smaller. I mean, I can make it bigger. Here it is. It's kind of similar. And once you have it there, you can keep pinching this to make it like the shape of a flower. And you're gonna have the shape that you want. Okay. Now we're gonna put it together and we are pretty much done with the rolls. And we're going to continue with the scrolls. So the scrolls are going to be it's also 12. We're going to be doing all these shapes. The only difference is, how we are going to make them. So at the beginning, we're gonna learn how to do the heart scroll, the V scroll, the S scroll, and so on and so on. So let me show you how to do it. It's kind of heart shape, and we're gonna be using it for the decorations. Remember the one that I show you is going to be easy. So for this ones, I'm going to use half of the size. Right now I have this one that is pretty much, the length is about 17 inches, but then I'm gonna cut it in half. Whatever size you guys have is fine. You're gonna cut it in half. So I don't want it to be bigger, or if you wanna make it smaller, that is fine. So we're gonna use one paper to create the heart scroll, okay? Now for this one, the first step is to kind of fold the paper in half. Okay. Fold the paper in half. And you're gonna roll each end of the paper inward towards fold in paper. So each of this size, you're going to roll it inwards. Let me show you. You're gonna have one side and you're gonna start rolling inwards. Okay. You're gonna keep rolling. You can, if you want, you can make like a tie roll, and then you're gonna release your wand tool and let it go. Now the other side is going to be the same, remember, and it's going to be inwards. You're gonna get it, you're gonna roll it. At the beginning, I'm making it tight so it can kind of stays the way that I want. I let go my my wand tool, and I let it go. You see, I have my heart shape. It's not a perfect heart like the other one, but it's fine. It's not a broken heart at least. You see, this is your heart. The other side is going to be pointing. This is your heart. Now, this one is a little bit tricky to glue because it's kind of, if you see, the size kind of, it's really, really small. So what you can do in this case is you're going just to put it in place on your paper, get the glue, and kind of, you can use the, your, your kind of needles or this, to pinch a little bit here to keep it in place. And you're gonna glue underneath. You're gonna have a line, little line here. You can put a small, or what you can do is also have another piece of paper. Do it with this one. So it's going to be easier for you guys to glue it on the paper. So look at what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a lot of glue. Okay, can I make it bigger? And then I'm gonna get my heart, kind of put it here to get a little bit of glue and then put it in the place where you want it. Then you're gonna wait until it dries. Easier that way? And it's going to stay in place pretty much. Okay, this is the heart scroll. Now the B scroll is the opposite. It's pretty much the same technique as the heart scroll, but instead of being inwards, in this case it's going to be outwards. So towards the fold paper. So the same. We're gonna grab the paper. We're gonna fold it in half. And instead of rolling inwards, we're gonna roll each part outwards. Outwards. So here you go. Grab the paper, start rolling. Rolling. Oops. Rolling. Okay. Let's see, this is my first side. Now the other side. You can make it tighter, you can make it more loose. Your circle or your scroll circle is going to be whatever you want to have it. If you want to have it more tight or more loose, it depends on you. Okay. So this is the B scroll. You got it? Now the same, I'm gonna get my glue. I'm gonna put it on top. And then I'm gonna transfer it to my cardboard. And I'm gonna glue it there. Right. The next one will be the S roll. The S roll is the same shape of an S. In this case, we're not going to bend the paper. We're going to roll one end inwards, the other one, the other side or outwards. So let's gonna try. Let me show you. So you're gonna get the paper, you're not going to fold it. And we're going to start rolling one side. One side can reach the middle. I can just let it go. Oh, no. Yeah. And then this is one side. Now I'm gonna start scrolling towards the other side to create the S shape. Okay. I can make it a little bit tighter. And I let it go. And here it is, my S. Let's see. This is my S scroll. These ones are easier, I think. And these shapes are going to give a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful design to your card. So the same, you're gonna go and put it there where you had your glue, and then kind of put it whatever you want. Okay, so far this is what we have. Heart, B shape, S scroll. You don't have to memorize the names, but you're going to remember that you're going to be able to use these ones for different projects, and you know already how to make them. Okay, any questions so far? No? Okay. Let's see, I want to have maybe greens on this one. Okay, it's gonna use the green color. Okay. I'm gonna put my glue here to the side. Then I'm gonna put my paper here. Okay, now we're going to do 3 different ones. I'm gonna use 3 different colors, or just the same color, that is fine. Okay, now we're going to do something that is called C scroll, double scroll, and double scroll flag. Now, if you see the C scroll, the picture here is very similar to the S that we made. You see it? This is very similar. The only difference is that instead of rolling the paper opposite direction, we are going to roll the paper towards the same direction. That's the technique for the C. And we're gonna go with the double scroll after that. So let me cut the paper in half. I don't want to have too much paper for my scrolls. I'm gonna cut it again. So we're gonna roll each paper, or each end of the paper, we're gonna roll inwards or towards the center of the paper. You don't need to bend the paper, but if you want to kind of have an idea, you can just bend a little bit so you have an idea and where to stop. And we're gonna start rolling the paper again. Okay, I have my first one. Now we're gonna go with the second one. Here you go.
Can
This
I
is
have the PowerPoint after this meeting?
sure. Could you please type the request in the chat room, and then I will send it to you by email.
Okay, thank you.
Here it is the C shape. So again, you're gonna get your glue, put it on top. Then if you have you know, the squeezers, you can use them as well to hold your shapes. I have one here. It comes with this. You can use this one as well if you want. If you don't have it, you can use your hands. You can put it on place. You can hold it in place. It can help you as well. So here is the C. This is the S. This is the C. And again, this is the heart, B, S, and C scroll. The next one is double scroll. So in this case, it's the same technique as the heart. The only difference is that we are going to roll both sides of the strip towards the same side. That's the difference. So we're gonna get our paper. Go ahead.
Yeah, can you show all of them again, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
Welcome. Okay. Now we're gonna go and make the double scroll. So remember, we're gonna fold the strip in half. Okay, we have it here. This is fold, and we're going to roll both sides towards the same side. So in this case, I'm gonna do it outwards. Scroll, 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 scroll. We're gonna kind of finish this one pretty soon. So this is the half. Okay, you see? It's going towards one side. Now we're gonna do the other. We're gonna roll towards the same side. Okay. And this is called double scroll. Okay, if you want to make it different, if you want your curves can be different, you can also do it. You can shape it with your fingers. It depends on how you want it to go. If you want more curve, it depends on you. Okay. So this is your double scroll. It goes towards the same side. Let me add a little bit more of blue here. Again, if you have one of those, you can do this. Just put it there. Get a little bit of glue, and then pick it up and put it in your page. That's the easiest way to glue it, I think. All right. Then the next one is double scroll flag. And for this one, we are going to do the same. We're going to kind of fold it in half. Okay. Now, instead of rolling each individual end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get them together and roll them together. And at the end, we're going to create this beautiful flag shape. So fold it in the middle. You have to use fold the strip of paper in the middle or half in half. Then get both of the ends and you're gonna put them together in the one tool. Both of them has to be inside. If it doesn't fit in that one, then you can do it with your fingers. Okay, now again, we're gonna start scrolling, like rolling the paper. And my paper created the by itself. But if it didn't do it, if you didn't do it, what you're gonna do is if you have it like this, you're gonna fold it a little bit so you can create this shape or this design here, this curve. Then you let it go. And here it is this is your double scroll flag. Okay, now we're gonna glue it together. When I put it here, that I did it. And we are going to need another one, so that is fine. Maybe your page is bigger, but you're gonna kind of have something like this. All right, now we're going to go for other shapes, and they are called modify B scroll. It's the same technique as this one, the B. The only difference in this one is the size of the scroll. One scroll is bigger, the other one is smaller. The same for the modify heart scroll, is you're going to make a heart. The only difference with this one is that one of the size or one of the scrolls is going to be smaller size. The other one is going to be more loose. This is going to be bigger size. And the same for the asymmetric V scroll, asymmetric B scroll. One is going to be longer, the other one is going to be shorter. That's the only difference. It's pretty much the same techniques that we have used in this ones. The only difference will be how big the scroll is or how small the scroll is. Okay. Let's gonna make them so you guys can see it. Just gonna put this one to the side. I'm gonna get another piece of paper. Okay, now let's gonna make the modify B scroll. I'm gonna use less paper this time, so I'm gonna cut it in half. You guys can also do the same if you want. If you wanna make it bigger, longer, it's up to you. Okay, so we're gonna fold it in half. And remember, one of the sides is going to be shorter, the other one is going to be longer. And of course, one scroll is going to be, or one roll is going to be smaller, and the other one is going to be wider. So it's going to start with the small one. And we are going to roll the paper outward. So it's going to be similar to the other ones that we did. So we're going to start scrolling. And I'm going to make this one the small one. So I'm going to kind of get closer to the half. And I'm going to tighten it a little bit so I can make it smaller. And let my one tool go. And here it is, one part. One part is here. Now we're going to make the other one. I'm not going to tie my scroll. I'm not going to make it too tight so it can be a looser, a bigger scroll and make more loose. So again, I'm going to scroll outwards, and I'm not going to tie it very too much. And I'm going to, this time I'm not going to go all the way to the end because I want to make it different shape. Then I let go of my one tool and I'm going to try to open it up a little bit so it can be bigger. If you see that it's too tight, you can kind of shape it with your hands. Let me glue it so you guys can see it. Here you go. Okay. Now let's gonna make the modified heart scroll. Again, it's the same technique that we use for the heart. It's going to be inwards every time that you're going to roll. The only difference is that one side is going to be smaller, the other one is going to be bigger. So the same, we're gonna get the strip of paper and we're gonna bend it and or fold it in the center. And we're going to roll inwards. Okay, this time it's going to be towards the center. And I'm gonna make my first one tighter so I can have it smaller. Okay, so this is so far what I have. Now I'm going to make the other one, but it's going to be loose. So they're gonna tight it too much. So go, scroll, and let it go. If you see that it's too tight, you can open it a little bit. It depends how it comes. Okay, so this is your modify heart scroll. Now we're gonna glue it together. And I'm gonna put it here. Oops. Got it? Now we're gonna make the asymmetric B scroll. Same. We're gonna cut the paper in half. So I can have 2 pieces of paper for 2 different ones. And in this case, the same, we're gonna fold the strip in half. And we are going to roll the ends of a strip outward towards the center, rolling one side closer to the center and the other one, than the other one. And both of the closed coils are going to be loose. In this case, kind of the same size, but one is longer, the other one is shorter. And what it makes a difference when you guys want to make it loose or tight is how much pressure you make once you make the scroll. Once you make the roll, I'm sorry. Okay, so this is the first one. And it's kind of similar to the previous one that we had. It's kind of similar to this one, the double scroll. But in this case, it's going to be, both sides are bigger. And here you go. Fold. And here it is, the other one. Okay, now you glue it on the paper. Okay, perfect. Any questions so far, guys? No? Okay, let me see how many we have. No. Now we have these 3 are the last ones, and we are going to finish with this part. And then after that, we're gonna go for the homework. Okay, so we're gonna make.
I have a quick question.
Go ahead.
The tool that you're using, what's its name?
Wand tool. Wand, W-A-N-D, wand tool. And it's you can find it in different shape. I mean different shapes and you get different size. It depends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You can find it in Michael's, or you can find it also in I don't know if in Dollar Tree. It might be. Okay. So, but you can make it if you want to make your own. You can even make it. It has like a little dent here where you can put the paper inside. Okay, so we're gonna make this the last 3, and cutting my paper to have 2 different strips, and we're gonna do the asymmetric heart scroll. It's the same heart. The only difference is one side is shorter, the other one is longer. And we're going to roll the paper inwards, okay, towards the center. Remember, one side goes closer to the center, the other one no. So the same, we're gonna scroll, we're gonna roll towards the center. And since I want this closer, I'm gonna go closer and then I let it go. And this is my first part. I'm gonna do the other part. And this one is going to be it's not going to be that close to the center. So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna let it go. Okay, since I want the same size, I can just open it a little bit. Here is your isometric heart scroll. One size is longer, the other one is smaller. I'm gonna glue it together. Okay. I'm gonna put it here. So far we're almost done, guys. Almost done. Here are your shapes. Now we're gonna go for the isometric C scroll. So we're going to make the same. We're gonna make a C scroll that is going to be one size smaller, the other one bigger. So it's gonna start with the first side. Okay, so I'm gonna let go, and it's going to be inwards this time, remember, both sides. Since I want this one bigger, I'm not going to tie it very too much. And I have my C isometric C scroll. One is wider, the other one is smaller. Okay, let's glue it together. And the last one is going to be the S scroll. So you're gonna make an S. One is outwards, and the other one is inwards, or the opposite direction. One is smaller, the other one is bigger. So the same, I get my paper, the scroll one, I make it tighter so it can be my small roll or scroll. And this one is going to be my big one. I'm gonna just roll. I'm not going to tie it, make it tight. So I'm gonna let it be, and it's bigger. So this is your S, isometric S scroll. When it's the same size, it's considered the S scroll. This one is isometric S scroll. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to glue it there. You should have these two. You should have the scrolls and the rolls in your paper. Next one will be to make a simple floral design. So the simple floral design is the one that I sent to you guys. Okay. Can you see it? Let me see if I can put it in the other camera. Okay, so this one is the one that you guys going to make for a simple floral design. And in this technique, we're going to be using the marquees, pretty much, most of them, and you're gonna use some scrolls, and you're gonna use also some loose, some teardrops, marquees, teardrops, and some. If you want to add more flowers, you're welcome to do it. It's fine. It's up to you. Now, once you're done, you're gonna take a picture of that one. This is your simple floral, and please make sure that you sign your paper either here or here. I want to see the signature. Okay, you're gonna put your name.
This picture is for requirement 6.
Yes, that's for requirement 6. And now you see the pictures that I have here in my presentation. These are different floral designs. are more complicated. Some of them are more easy, like the one with a lot of flowers to the right side. And it has like a basket. It's kind of roll circles or loose scrolls. Loose rolls, and pretty much teardrops, and marquise. The shape marquise. The leaves are the shape marquise or the marquise. Now, the next requirement for you guys to get the patch will be to make a filled-in picture or ornament. Okay, so I'm not asking you to make any of these ones, but I gave you this one. I gave you this ballerina. This one is to fill in, and what you're gonna do is either whichever color you want to use. You can use, yeah, that's perfect. So whichever color you want to use, you wanna use pink, you wanna use different colors, you wanna make it red, you wanna make it whatever color you want to use. You're just going to fill in, and remember, this one has different size. I don't know if you guys can see it. It has different size of rows. You see? So it's not the same size. All of them are different sizes. So make bigger, big ones, and so make some small ones. And once you have it ready, make sure that you sign it. I want to see your name print or sign in the paper and the church where you go. And take a picture of this one, take a picture of this one, and send it to me with a picture of your scrolls and rolls.